And we're brutally assaulting some cactuses this week with our lawn chairs. It's Android Assault Cactus, developed by Witchbeam. You can get that on Steam for $14.99 or £13.99 euros, whatever, or 932.83 Indian rupees, if you're into that. It is, according to them, a twin-stick shoot-'em-up with an emphasis on high pressure and stylish actions. Expect screens full of enemies, buckets of bullets, and high-scoring combo chains. So, that's definitely a thing. This is an early access, so it's not 100% yet. You can still pick it up. So, time to explain our cocked-up, convoluted review system. Chair explanation, please!
Ooh,
so, we've graded everything on a 4 lawn chair metric. 1 lawn chair means that it's fucking shit. 2 lawn chairs means that it's passable, acceptable, may not be our taste, may work for other people, whatever. 3 chairs means that it's good, it's solid, it works, it's great. And 4 chairs just, shut up, take my money, all that good stuff. And we also have to explain our categories of doom, because we apply this 4 chair metric to 4 categories. Mixed with the working, does it actually work? What does it take to actually get it up and running under Linux? Shiny and sounds. Does it look pretty? Does it sound pretty? Controls is pretty self-explanatory. And finally, our subjective category, fun. So,
Get the fun.
then, did Assault Android Cactus make with the working?
Mix with the working on, get ready to take a drink. And if you're not following our L.G.C drinking game, get into the announcement section in chat realm static and read the rules.
And prepare to die from alcohol poisoning.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We aim to
Cirrhosis.
kill our listeners, not inform them. But on the Ubuntu 12.04 minimum spec 32-bit NVIDIA-powered Steam boxing just happened to run. Out of the box, 4 chairs.
Add the box.
How about you, J-Man?
Well, I tested it on my AMD Steam Box and my NVIDIA gaming rig, and they both worked fairly out of the box. So I'm going to give that 4 chairs, because that's what it's for. Moose!
And down here in calculator land, 4 chairs, because out of the box, baby.
So we're going to have to brain on some really, really high-level linear algebra.
Really hard.
Math proofs. 4 chairs for Mix with the working.
Really?
Very common, so we'll see how the rest of the game holds up. Because, getting 4 chairs with Mix with the working isn't that difficult. It just has to run when you click on it.
Yep.
So,
Which
shiny
is
and
getting
sound.
better
How
under
pretty
Linux.
does it look? How pretty does it sound? Then,
Sometimes it sounds loud, but shiny and sounds for what it is. We're taking a look at it right now for the audio listeners that can't see. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, for what it's shiny. I like it. You can tell, this is not a half-horse job by any stretch of, Moose's imagination. My only thing with the sounds is, it's not full metal oonce oonce or wub wub, whatever the kids are doing today's. But, bit repetitive. But that does get saved simply because you can nix it right there. You can end that like Mel Gibson's career. So,
hey-oh.
at the end of the day, can't give it the 4 chairs, mainly because of the soundtrack, but this is the early review, and you got to keep in mind, we're not telling you what the final game is during this review. We're telling you whether or not you should spend that $14.99 wet, stinky cashes to get the early access. So in all fairness, 3 chairs.
Ooh. That's some sexy chairs and some sexy sound effects. So, shiny and sounds on my end. I was a bit of with this one because it looks all right. It's not a 2 chair, it's not a 4 chair. I would hesitate to give it my current score, but I mean there's nothing really wrong with it. For like Ven said, for what it is, it works. So for mix with the shiny and sounds, I'm gonna give it 3 chairs. It's actually decent looking. Moose.
And now that those two heathens have finally shut up, it's my turn. And on
Shut
my
up,
end,
Moose. No one likes you.
yeah, I still have to, I have to think it just the one chair because it's pretty jarring on how bad those skyboxes look. As soon as you enter a level, you get a tiny glimpse at the skybox. I know that people are not going to be looking at it a lot, and that's probably what they were thinking when they decided to go with that, but it's pretty jarring, so 3 chairs from me.
Well, that's again, very, very difficult mathematics. I'm going to say we're going to give it 3.92783 to the power of 9,822 chairs, or just 3 chairs. We want to keep it nice and simple. So, moving on to our control section. Then, did you feel like you were in control?
We have controllers. We got the X-Clone.
We have the technology.
Yes, we can rebuild it and make it more annoying as fuck all. All right, I think J-Man might even elaborate on this. Yes, it works out of the box with the X-Clone gamepad. No issue with that. You still have an option for using your wireless gerbil and your keyboard organ. That's brilliant. But with the X-Clone 360 gamepad, all that fun movement, yeah, it's not as precise if you've played it first with your wireless gerbil. The X-Clone 360, all right. The dual hat controller, it's like your aiming is more of a suggestion button. Have no idea, or no illusions, better yet, that you're going to have any refined motor control or movement with that business. So, yeah. And if you really want to play it on, with your wireless gerbil, holding down fire constantly is apparently painful after about 20 minutes.
Carpal tunnel. The early onsets.
Yeah.
That nerd rage, so I gotta give it 2 chairs. That's my final offer.
So I was actually going to give this 1 chair on controls until I followed Ben's advice and actually tried it out with the keyboard and mouse. He's right when he says you can't really aim with a controller. It's more of a you can aim up, down, left, or right. And that's about it. It works a lot better with the keyboard and mouse, but the movement... Basically, this game suffers from... The movement requires an analog stick, but the aiming requires a mouse. And that is the biggest thing that this game suffers from with controls. So, it's just bad. Ugh. You either get screwed one way or you get screwed another. I mean, the controls do work, so I can't give it 1 chair. I really want to. This is 2 with an asterisk. It's really 1.5, but we round up, so whatever. 2 chairs. Moose.
And, well, I was getting kind of tired of getting shit for being the only one who is not using a Xbox 360 controller. And guess what? My DualShock 2 controller, which I currently don't have here, it works out of the box. And yes, the dual analog stick thing, if you actually use one of the diagonals, actually you can make a full circle and the Android will follow the analog stick just perfectly. So good on them for that. And well, playing with a keyboard and mouse isn't as much of a hindrance as it is in other games. So I really can't duck any chairs on this particular game. 4 chairs for me.
So, Pedro has to go be difficult. Be all moosey about this and make the math even harder. No.
Very hard.
2 chairs. 2 chairs, 4 controls. Our final subjective category is now fun. Then, did you enjoy yourself? Did you walk away from this game with a big happy erection or 3?
Yeah, erection would be a strong word, and noodly limp dick might be more appropriate. If you like competing for the high score, on a leaderboard, go for this. Or maybe some local co-op with your human friends.
Human.
I could almost recommend it. Hell, I would even support everything if it had online multiplayer. Apparently, this is a kryptonite of the
Unity games.
Yeah. Even though it's really stupidly simple, they kind of built into Mothering Unity to do this. I enjoyed the first few levels, but it became, as with most things in life, like, what's the word? Repetitive with hella quickness. Single player does not make with the fun for me, but maybe something you could pick up. Hurt your hands. Like, ow, all right, we're done with that. If you like doing that, punishing yourself. So I couldn't give it 1 chair. I mean, it's good for that. Boom, right there, 2 chairs in the face organ.
Yeah. So the one thing I actually did like about this game is that the levels are actually pretty short. So it's not that big of a time commitment. It makes it a decent pick up and play shmup. But ultimately, I didn't really enjoy it all that much. The battery mechanic is really stupid because they like to say, "Oh, you're almost out of battery. Here's a new one behind this wall of 1,000 enemies that you can't walk through. Good luck with that." I did not enjoy myself playing this game. I would play for about 5 minutes. Maybe I got through a level. Nope out.
What do you
Come
think
back
they could
later.
fix with that?
What?
How could they fix it?
How could they fix it? I don't know. Shmups never really appealed to me in the first place, so I don't really have any concrete suggestions. Make it more fun.
Unfold it.
I'm gonna give this 2 chairs because it's not god awful, but it's almost.
Again, the 2 heathens have spoken.
Shut up,
And
Moose.
I'm going to be the nice guy on this one.
What
or
does
the nice
the moose
as the case
say?
may be. The moose says the game would be a lot better if it had, online multiplayer, like Ven said. And as much as I like it, it's way too frustrating for me to give it, 4 chairs. It's not gonna happen. And one special mention, because I love the shotgun android, Coral or Coral or however you want to spell it. And she's really good for most levels, but when it comes to bosses, fuck me, having to get close to them to shoot them. Oh,
You know what? Everyone sucks with bosses, though. That was my experience.
Unless you
But
wore the
yeah.
boss.
But I can't. No, 3 chairs.
Really?
Well,
Wow.
Yes.
All right, fine.
well, you know what? Giggling death aside, Ben and my scores are the ones that this averages out to, so our scores actually count. Pedro's doesn't. So
F
2
you.
chairs.
You can't bring
F
up when
To
we
the
bring
U.
down.
You know what, Moose? You can go die in a fire. A tasty fire.
I
But
will.
anyways, we're going to
Delicious
average up
fire.
all our categories. Mixed with the working, 4 chairs. Shiny and Sans, 3 chairs. Controls, 2 chairs. And fun, 2 chairs. And that totals up to a total score of totalness, 2 chairs.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
then, final thoughts?
Not sure if what. Take a drink, because at the end of the day, this is kind of fun. If this was, I don't know, like a £5 game for early access, not thinking about it, I would have definitely thrown at least an extra chair in every single segment, because, yeah. But you're looking to buying something that's unfinished, and $14.99. Now, we gave some copies away last week. I would like, chat realm, you guys who want it, send us a note and let us know what you thought about it. We'll put that in the screaming hate mail next
Yes.
week. But yeah, I can't recommend paying 15 wet stinky cashes for it in its current state. Multiplayer, like I said, would definitely pwn some noobs.
I'd never really considered the multiplayer aspect, but yeah, it could be a bit more fun if you threw another player or two in there. Yeah, if you don't like shmups, you're probably gonna not like this game, like me. So check it out if you're into shmups. It's definitely not worth the $14.99, $13.89, 810 rupee thing, whatever. So yeah, I'd give this one a pass.
And I guess I am still the dissenting voice on this one, because I think it's worth it. I think, again, it's early access, they're still finishing the game, and hopefully they'll introduce multiplayer, because that would be freaking awesome. But even without multiplayer, I think that for a shmuppy bullet hell type single player game, it works, and it doesn't have retro pixel graphics. And to me, it's worth it. And if you like shmuppy bullet hell type games, pick it up. No questions asked, no quarter given.
So you heard the moose, and you should probably ignore him if you care about the contents of your wallet.